welcome everybody to the Snow Stadium, where we are getting ready for the teams to come out onto the pitch. Here they come, led by the match officials today. Here come the Stags and the Hawks, AFC Totton and Havant and Waterlooville for this game in the second round of the FA Trophy. Looks like we might have a nice crowd in, a nice atmosphere in here today. Bit of a grey afternoon. I know there's been a lot of rain this week, and a midweek game played here on Wednesday. Today the referee happy with the pitch, no pitch inspection needed. There was an instruction to put a little bit of sand on the pitch, so somebody did come out with a wheelbarrow of sand. Let's go through the two teams and talk about changes as well. AFC Totton have only made one change from their victory here their victory at Merthyr Town on Saturday, and that would be with Alfie Stanley dropping to the subs bench, replaced by Jordan Chiadozi, a forward for a forward. Actually, Jordan came on for Alfie in 63 minutes of that game, and that's the team that he elects to play. They also had a midweek game here on Wednesday night against East Cowes Victoria in the Hampshire Senior Cup, which they won by 7-0. They've got Lewis Noyce in goal today. Benny Reid and Jordan Raggett, normally the full-backs. Then four players that you might normally associate with being central defenders, so at least one of them's going to be in the middle. But Luke Hallett, Joe Osler, Sam Magri and Charlie Kennedy. Then Leon Maloney scored twice on his debut last Saturday. Joe Turner, two midfielders, and up front Chiadozi and Scott Rendell, their leading goal scorer. Substitutes, you can name 7, they have done. Adam Tommaso, Ethan Taylor, goalkeeper Nico Trojanowski. New signings, Luke Bennett, Egley Kadja and Luke Roberts, and Alfie Stanley. Havant and Waterlooville make 4 changes from the team. Beaten at home by Torquay United last Saturday by 2-0. They also played midweek in the Hampshire Senior Cup, losing 4-1 to the AFC Bournemouth Academy. Those changes, Phillips, his parent club Kidderminster, don't want him cup-tied. Bonner's got to work today, we are told, and Spence and Innocent taken ill in the week, we understand. Coming in to replace them, Mohamedou Fall, who's the top goal scorer, Bolsari, Zuma back after a head injury, and Rory Deacon. So they are Ross Warner in goal, Devante Stanley with Jacob Buckley, Agipong, Lan Zuma and Rory Deacon, I think, will be in the defence today in the middle. Billy Bolsari, Jack Jebb, Jake McCarthy. Wide players James Roberts and Mohamed Fall. Around the striker Ryan Seeger, Joe McNerney, Harry Jewett-White, Billy Steadman, Leon Baker, Jaffa Mohammed Kia. 5 substitutes named today. Not got 7 players on the bench, have got 5. We're getting ready to kick off. We are underway here on the road to Wembley in the FA Trophy. AFC Totton against Havant and Waterlooville. The Hawks from a higher division, but bottom of the table. Totton, the bookmakers and many of the people we spoke to in the ground today, favourites to get through. But ball originally launching an attack. Totton all in white today, Havant and Waterlooville with yellow shirts, blue shorts and yellow socks, as I get ready to belatedly start the stopwatch. About 20 seconds into the game here, we're across to Louis Langdown, who was a coach at Havant and Waterlooville, was previously the manager at AFC Totton. Louis, a lot of people expecting a Totton win today. It wouldn't be a surprise if the lower league team knocks out the higher league team this afternoon. Maybe Havant have got something to prove because they're already written off. Bursting forward and offside, by the way, Jordan Chiadozi played through by Rendell as Totton launched their first attack. But let's bring in Louis Langdown. It wouldn't be a surprise if Totton won. It might almost be a surprise if Havant get a victory here today.
Yeah, pretty much like the game we watched last time in the FA Cup with Ramsgate, being the team that were below Totton. Nobody thought that would be a surprise if they won that, and I think that's the situation Totton find themselves in today. Nobody would be a surprise to see them win this game against the Hawks. However, let's be honest, this is a full-time outfit from Havant, so I expect the body language to be good. I expect them to get on the ball, and I expect them to have a right go, and anything short of a victory for Havant and Waterlooville isn't good enough, in my opinion.
Zuma at the back does well under pressure from Rendell, former Hawk. There's 4 former Hawks out there in Totten's starting 11 that may all think they have something to prove today. Osler and Magri and Reed and Rendell. Rendell, 2 seasons now with the Stags, top goal scorer last season and top this season too. It's with Lewis Noyce, Totton's goalkeeper, who's saved a penalty last time we were here, looking very different today, sporting a moustache which may well be for charity. Launching the ball long at the back, Barkley Agipong's header for Havant, and then Osler sweeps it out to Chiadozi, who's onside. Shot comes in. It's a goal for Totton. A burst down the right-hand side and a thumping shot from Chiadozi. Disastrous start for Havant. AFC Totton off to a flyer. Totton 1, Havant 0.
Yeah, great start. It was a questionable offside, but it was on. It was a good run. He's got inside the box there, and I think Warner will be disappointed with that. At the near post, he looked like he was a little bit caught off guard by it, but a good shot, good power, nice and low, and it's 1-0. And the body language of Havant Waterlooville look beat at the moment, and it can't be this way. They've got to react now.
If they're coming in here low on confidence, knowing they're the underdogs, knowing most people in the football world expecting them to get beaten by a team from a lower league, you can't really have a start like that. That's a disaster.
Yeah, it's not great, and I'm not a big fan of warm-ups, even being an ex-fitness coach. You can't really tell what's going to happen in a warm-up. I've seen it where we've been awful in a warm-up and gone out and won a game, and vice versa. But if you'd have looked at the warm-up today, you would have thought that Totton are desperate for the win, and they looked a bit lackadaisical. Don't look at it, and that's the start of the game. It's transpired, and they're looking around at each other now. Not a lot of vocal information going on, but they need something. They need something desperate. They need something to change in the game. They need someone to grab it.
Chiadozi's 3rd goal since joining the club recently. That he really took that well. I mean, Ross Warner's a good goalkeeper. You've got to get your power right and your angle right to beat him from there.
Yeah, absolutely. He just looked like he was caught a little bit unawares, and it looked like it was going to be drilled across his right-hand side, and it's popped in on his left-hand side. So whether Chiadozi meant it or not, it's a goal.
Stags have the lead against Havant. Havant going forward down the left-hand side with Rory Deakins, controlled it on his chest and then wasn't able to hook it down the wing to Balsari, so it's a throw to Totton. The Stags, good to see fans all around the 4 sides of the ground here today, and there's even people struggling to find a seat in the grandstand here for a match between 2 of Hampshire's biggest non-league clubs in the biggest non-league only competition out there. Attacking down the right-hand side, Totton. It's a throw. Turner watches as the ball goes out of play, and Turner joining last week. His signing was announced after the game where he scored 2 goals. You can't keep him under the radar if he's going to score twice. But a player signed from Tunbridge Angels, where he was thought very highly of. So players dropping down leagues to play for Totton. Chiadozi hooks the throw back out to Benny Reed on the right wing. Totton instantly imposing themselves here. This is Maloney down the wing. He's fouled according to the officials. It's going to be a free kick in a very dangerous position. I don't think a shrug of the shoulders there from, I think it's Balsari. Didn't think that was a foul, but it's given. And it's a free kick in a very dangerous position for AFC Totton. And it's a free kick to come in from the right-hand side. It could... A lot of defending needs to be done here. Oh, it's a nice one. From the training ground, shot comes in and is over the top from Joe Turner. They played the corner low along the ground to the edge of the area, but he couldn't keep his shot down. Over the top for a goal kick to Havant and Waterlooville, who are 1 down here.
Yeah, nicely worked. Found himself free on the edge of the box. I'm a bit surprised at that, and was able to get a shot away. Not on target, but it signs that there's a little bit of lack of organisation maybe from Havant's perspective there, because that was too easy. 1 pass and 1 shot.
Dream start for Jimmy Ball and his AFC Totton team. Ball's loose in the middle. Hawks get a free kick just inside Totten's half, just past the centre circle. Billy Balsari fouled.
For me, Cliff, look at it now. There's no urgency in Havant whatsoever. It was get the ball back. It's out of play. We're taking too much time here. No one's saying what to do. There's no one demanding the play speeds up. They're a goal behind to a team below them in the pyramid. There's got to be more urgency from them.
Well, they have an opportunity now with the set piece. lofted high into the area to try and find Zuma, who goes down. I think maybe he had his hands on Magri. In the end, it's just no foul given either way. It's gone out of play for the goal kick to Totton. We've got 4 ex-Hawks in their team today. Osler, I think, joined the most recently of the 4, and Magri and Reid coming over. The first one, Magri in the summer, Reid at the tail end of last season, and each time I thought it was a good signing for Totton, and almost sad to see the players leave Havant and Waterlooville. Our other commentary today is the Eastleigh game that you'll find on the Dorset frequencies, or you'll find that online if you want to listen to Luke and Wayne talking about Eastleigh in the National League. We've also got Weymouth and Basingstoke in FA Trophy action today, and teams already out of the trophy in the Southern League. So we'll look out across. When we get a break in play, we'll look and see how our other teams are doing across the south today. But here, it's an instant impact for the Stags, who scored in the game's first attack. What can Havant do in an instant reply? No Bonner today, the captain normally at the back. They do spread a nice ball out to the right wing for Roberts, who heads it down to Devante Stanley. Now it's James Roberts looking for find a teammate in the area, tries to get it through to Seagar, who's the most recent signing from Dorking, former Southampton player. Couldn't find him. Totton deal with it defensively. It's going to be a Havant throw right down in front of the home dugout. Stanley to Roberts. He's going to be crowded out. He's got to go back, and that's a foul right in front of the referee. I can't quite believe that Maloney doesn't think that he tripped Barkley Agipong there. From my perspective, I thought it was a foul. The refs too. What did you think, Louis?
It's a foul. No doubt about it.
Free kick to the Hawks, who actually, the last few minutes, they've been on the front foot. So it's Jebb to take it. Jack Jebb, another player who's come across from Dorking. I think he's still on loan, whereas Seagar is full-time. Crossed in, Magri's header at the back gets it away. It's only as far as Bulsari. What can he do? Out on the left wing, he's got to try and get past Benny Reid. And he does with his left foot, and then Reid gets a challenge in, but it still falls for Havant in the box. Seagar wins. Well, I thought he won a corner, but the deflection off the defender must have come back off the striker. Goal kick to AFC Totton here. In terms of formations today, what have you made of how you've seen the two sides line up?
I think if we start with Totton, it looks like Oster's just going to play and try and protect the two centre-halves in Magri and Kennedy. And I quite like what they're doing. They drop into a 5 quite nicely when they're out of possession. And it looks like they're going to try and play a real good forward line there. There's 3. They rotate quite well. Rendell, Turner and Chidozie. And they're back in.
Oh, it's Joe Turner's effort, which was unfortunately not hit so sweet. It was a good flick-on header from Rendell, and Turner's effort along the ground, into the ground. Havant now looking for an attack. Barkley Agipong got the ball from Roberts, now spreads it to the opposite flank. Bulsari gets it back, played into the edge of the area. Agipong crossed into the area. Good defending from Raggett to hook that away. Disastrous start for Havant. Maybe the last 5 minutes they've given as good as they've got, Louis.
Yeah, they seem to be trying to get a foothold in the game, which they've got to. They look like they're setting up in a 4-1-3-2. They've changed their formation quite a bit in recent games, and that's probably, when you concede and don't score, you have to change, you have to try stuff. And I think Stephen King there is doing that, trying to find the right formation that gets him a foothold in the game and also a bit of potency. But on the attack, ball just transferred now. And out of play.
Went from one end to the other. A Havant attack was cleared by Magri, and now the Hawks have got the ball by their own dugout here. Devante Stanley dries the ball on his jersey and looks for options. Who can he throw it to ahead of him? I think he's going to look for Roberts or Seagar, but it was easily won by Raggett, who heads it out of play. Throw to the Hawks. Delaney cleaning the ball again. I don't think it's got wet that quickly. He's creeping forward a few yards, and then interesting throw. Didn't find the forward. I don't know if it was a bit of potentially a foul throw, but didn't find Mohamedou Fall. And Magri keeps his composure at the back, and then launches a long ball forward to try and find Turner. Zuma's going to be the first to the ball, the Havant defender, who plays it up to the middle of the park. Totton win the header back for Osler. Rendell and then Kennedy keeping possession at the back, but using their keeper on the edge of his area. Flick a long ball forward. Rendell. Oh, it's going to fall kindly. This is for Turner. Out towards Raggett to Rendell. Totton looking for a second goal. Haven't break up the attack in the end. Roberts is back defending, and first to the ball was Charlie Kennedy, who put it out of play for a Havant and Waterlooville throw. But Roberts already was doesn't look too happy. But he's a player that can be very important for them. He's up there at the moment with Bulsari, Seagar and Fowl. Stanley to take the throw. Magri first to head it down. Jeb then launches it forward. The keeper's out of his area. Plays it out towards the middle of the park. Rendell stoops to head it down. Kennedy's ball up. Left a lot to be desired maybe, and Havant and Waterlooville will get it back and walk it out through Rory Deacon down the left-hand side. He's probably going to look for Bulsari down the left wing, who's going to try and get it past Benny Reid. Bulsari, that's a good cross in there. Raggett's header away is athletic and does the job for now. Havant keep going. This is Roberts, edge of the box, cuts in, curls the cross in. Totton get it away, then a shot takes a couple of deflections from Jeb. It hit a teammate as it goes through for a goal kick to the Hawks. It's AFC Totton 1, Havant and Waterlooville here on BBC Radio Solent in the FA Trophy. I'm here with the former manager of the Stags and a former coach with the Hawks, Louis Langdown. Louis, we are a quarter of an hour into the game now. After that early goal, has it settled down a bit for you?
Yep, settled down a bit now, and you've just seen a chance on the edge of the box for Jeb and Havant and Waterlooville. Tottenham actually playing the ball around quite nicely when they're in possession, looking for nice intricate passes now just to keep hold of the ball. Nice, great work from them, and they've won themselves a free kick. But yeah, it's starting to settle down, but expecting more from Havant.
I'm hoping we could have a high-scoring game here today. Cup football's always exciting. Ref didn't want Maloney to take the free kick quickly, which is a shame because Benny Reid was overlapping, but Craig Scriven, who I'm told is no relation to the former Hawks player, got the same surname. He's had a couple of hours drive here today for an all-Hampshire game. Maybe we could have had a Hampshire ref, but not given. Mr. Scriven marking out the 10 metres he needs the Hawks one-man wall to be back. Totton cross into the area to the back post, nodded down, but no Totton player was there, and Havant have got time to bring it out of defence, but they've lost out. This is an opportunity for Maloney. He picked the ball up from Rendell, touches it to Turner. What can Turner do? Magri's out on the left side of midfield. His cross falls all the way through to Rendell. It's missed by Havant at the back. It could be a present for Rendell, and it's a terrific save from Ross Warner to stop it being 2-0. A big mistake, a big chance and a good save, Louis.
Yeah, what a chance that is, and you'd expect Rendell to score from there. He's probably 12 yards out just on the right-hand side, gets his left foot shot away, and Warner makes a really, really good save. But McCarthy there just with a bit of a wild slash with his left foot trying to clear it, and causes an error really when it's not required. Jake's probably better playing on the right side of that defence, but he's playing on the left side, so he'll have to do better.
Totton corner to the far post. It's a little too far out maybe. Osler nods it forward, Zuma heads it away, and McCarthy, Roberts knocks it on. So what are we going to see here? Long on, up and under from Osler. Might find its target on the right-hand side. Maybe a push in the back of Magri, not spotted. Here's Rendell. Switches it to Leon Maloney on the left-hand side, trying to get nearer to the goal. Turner can't really shoot, but he might be able to cross it in. Looks like he might win a... No, good defending actually. Stops it going out for a corner from Jeb. But they've only given it back to Totton. They're not clearing their lines well enough at the moment. Kennedy to Raggett. What can Raggett do here? Charlie Kennedy, nice ball to Chiadozi, who's scored one today. Back to Turner, who turns, and that's a handball in the penalty area for me. Intentional or not, that could have been a penalty for Totton. Did you have a view of that one, Louis?
I can't 100% say it was, but the crowd went up. People looked like it could have been. A bit of nerves, I think, coming in there. We've seen a slash clearance and we've seen a potential handball with just balls in the box. Some nerves really coming from Havant, but well played to Totton, put it in the mixer.
Totton winning through 2 rounds to get this far. Bit disappointing. We've got so many good teams in the Southern Prem that not many of them. We still have Count Basingstoke as our team on the periphery, but only Totton getting through. So some really good teams around the promotion this year. Salisbury, Gosport, Poole Town, Solent, but none of them getting through to this level of the competition. Totton might be going further if it stays like this. Havant and Waterlooville with Jack Jebb. Gets past a challenge, goes back to Zuma. In defence, McCarthy, who's back there today. McCarthy, goal-scoring midfielder in his Weymouth days, a defender these days for the Hawks, who go forward. This is Seagar in the penalty area, crosses it back, but it's not going to find Roberts. It's cleared by Raggett, but that's not a bad attack from Havant. Maybe we didn't really know Farr was at the back post waiting for the pass. Into the area again, Benny Reid wins it. Yeah, I think since the goal, it's been fairly even in terms of attacks for me. Haven't dropped heads. I'm wondering, you don't get a sense of who the most likely team to score next is. It's fairly even. I would say, given Havant's predicament, it hasn't really been. It's been a fair response.
No, I think there's a chance here. He's in the box.
Quick free click is taken, and it's the first corner of the game. Havant and Waterlooville having a pop shot which takes a deflection and goes behind from Bulsari's shot. Hawks 1 down, get the game's first corner, which Roberts is racing over to take from the right hand side. Well, actually he's going to leave it to Jebb. Well, let's see what can happen here from this set piece. Jack Jebb with the 2 arms raised, he's going to loft it to the back post, and Zuma's there, but the keeper's there. That's pretty easy for Lewis Nice. I thought Havant had a fairly good response for falling behind. You didn't quite agree with me, Lewis?
No, I suppose you've got to take it on clear-cut chances, and Tottenham have had 2 and haven't created one just yet, although if Roberts wasn't on his heels for that cutback, you could have been a chance for them there. So lots of things that Havant are doing are sort of in and around the box rather than in it at the moment, but certainly giving themselves an opportunity now.
In the National League, Eastleigh are 1 up on Altrincham with Quigley opening the scoring then. That is our other commentary game today. There's only a couple of other goals in that league. Oxford City are 2 up at Ebbsfleet, and Hartlepool are 1 up at York. And I'm sure there's going to be lots of goals elsewhere, but if it stayed like that, Eastleigh would be up to 9th tonight, just 3 points outside the playoffs. Luke and Wayne are on that fixture today. And, qualification for the European Championship. 3 Cherries players in the Welsh team today. They are 1-1 in Armenia, needing a win. If they win the last 2 games, they will qualify for the Euros, joining England and Scotland in Germany, but not at the moment. Roberts for Havant and Waterlooville loses out, and Hallett and Turner combine. Turner, nice ball down the wing, read well by Zuma. Stretched it off last time I saw him. Good to see he's back so soon, because when you have a head injury, there are protocols about how quickly you can come back. Luke Hallett for Totton. Finds Magri. Raggett can't get past Roberts at the first attempt. Ball takes a deflection. Up in the air now. Who wants it most? It's Osler who's got his boots on it towards Rendown. It looked like he was having his shirt pulled by McCarthy. Ref seeing no infringement, and Havant and Waterlooville through Deacon and Bulsari attack down the left-hand side. Rory Deacon scoring goals when Sutton United went on that run in the FA Cup all the way to the latter stages, flying the flag that year with Lincoln City for non-league football. Roberts here for Havant. They're in possession. Jebb playing at the back at the moment with McCarthy, and while that is a missed pass, well, and thankfully Deacon saves the situation, because the pass to Barkley Agipong was nowhere near him. That's a long ball down the wing. Bulsari doesn't have it in him to control that one, and it is well, I'm sure he has, but he didn't on that occasion. It's a throw to AFC Totton. A goal to the good here at the Snows Stadium. Still got 2 giant poppies up from remembrance, or lots of poppies actually. One of them's obscuring the view on the far side a little bit for me. Totton have got defending to do. Magri back to his goalkeeper, Noyce. Clearance is headed on by Rendell. Good control from Turner, but then the ball got away from him, and McCarthy back to his goalkeeper. Yeah, McCarthy's a strange one. It was a good coup that Havant got him from Weymouth. He scored a lot of goals from attacking midfield. This season he's used as a defender.
Yeah, to be honest, he's been used there before when we were at Weymouth as an emergency centre-back, because he reads the game very well, and he's able to compete in the air quite well, and he can play the ball on the deck, and he can hit nice diagonals, and he can play the ball well.
Mohamedou Fall is in to potentially equalise. Forced to Seagar, who does. Havant and Waterlooville draw level. They haven't given up here. Burst forward, Fall with the assist. His shot didn't go where he wanted it to, and it was Seagar who got there. It's his first goal for Havant and Waterlooville. Ryan Seagar with the equaliser. Totton 1, Hawks 1.
Yeah, first time they've really got a bit of space. First time have got into the box with a bit of quality, and it's a great through ball. Split the centre backs. Good run. The block was on for Totton, but Seagar's in the right place at the right time, and that's probably why they've paid the money and got him in, because he is a goal scorer. In and around the box, he's lethal.
And Fall there is potentially, last year he's had scoring goals for fun. I think he was probably relieved there that Seagar was there, and it will go down as an assist rather than a miss. But now 1-1, game on, and maybe we're not so certain how it's going to be. Totton go long from the restart. Benny Reid with a thumping header forward. McCarthy heads away for Havant. Ball breaks loose for Osler, who's decided back to his keeper. Lewis Noyce is the best option this afternoon, going long towards Rendell, who leaves it cleverly for Raggett, who's on the left wing. Good cross into the area. Chiadozi couldn't control it, couldn't get a shot in. It kind of hit him and bounced away from him. You had two forwards there in the area, but they couldn't get on the end of the cross. Barkley Agipon down the left-hand side for Bulsari. Bulsari back to McCarthy, back to his keeper Warner, whose clearance is just about picked up by Zuma, but Totton pressuring Havant and win the ball off of their defence. Into the area to Chiadozi, offside flag is up as his shot is straight at the fingertips of Ross Warner. Midway through this half, 1-1. Hawks equalising through Seagar after Totton opened the scoring from Chiadozi, and we've just passed the midway point. Louis, how would you sum up what you've seen so far?
Just what we needed there. I think it's been a bit scrappy, but now we've got 2 goals. You can see it's a little bit end to end, which is much better. Really, actually quite pleased that Havant have managed to find a goal. It's got their tails up, but Totton have responded so well. Had 2 opportunities maybe to get the goal that takes them in front.
Thank you, Louis. Nicely poised here. Elsewhere in the FA Trophy, Weymouth find themselves 2 down at Dover this afternoon. I saw them win there quite comfortably earlier in the season in the National League South, but Weymouth got a mountain to climb today at Dover Athletic, going across the coast from west to east and finding themselves behind. And then Basingstoke, who last week told us they had 13 players missing through injuries, are 1 up away at Chippenham in this competition. So one team from Hampshire and another one here take the lead. What have you spotted, Louis?
I thought that was Ethan Taylor walking across there, but I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be on the bench. But he has a double.
And of course his brother Leo played in midweek, so there's a couple of Taylors here. Here's Chiadozi knocking it forward to Maloney. Out to the left-hand side to find Turner. Cross into the areas cleared by Havant and Waterlooville, who've 1-1 here. No replay, no extra time. Stays like this, we've got a penalty shootout to commentate on. Long way to go, of course. 20 minutes towards half-time. 1-1 in the FA Trophy. So also in this competition, as Bulsari, who's been quite lively on the left wing, is flagged offside. In this competition, we've heard Basingstoke winning at Chippenham, which beating a team away from home. Nathan Smart getting the goal, and Weymouth 2 down on their travels at Dover Athletic. Now, if we get some Southern League live scores, Gosport have a big game at Chesham at the top of the Southern Prem. That is 0-0. The leaders, Salisbury, are 1-0 down at Hanwell. So it could be Gosport go top today if everything goes their way. Sholing losing 1-0 at home to Tiverton Town. And that's the first time Paul Doswell has taken over a home game. Here's Totton 1-1 here. Chiadozi flagged offside from Kennedy's pass. Controversial with some of the crowd. And it is a free kick to the Hawks. Looks like only 4 games going ahead in the Southern Prem, maybe because the weather did its worst. Paul Doswell unbeaten in 4 away games since taking over from Dave Diper, just down the road from here at Sholing, but losing his first home game at the moment. Rendell and Chiadozi combine well. Maloney. And now a good ball from Osler down to the right-hand side. Swept across and couldn't find its target. Turner tried to cross it low towards Rendell, and good defending from Havant. Good clearance, because if he got that wrong, the defender, it might have been an own goal, but it is a corner.
Yeah, good positioning from there. That's that one where you get on the back post and it's a tap in if you don't check your shoulders. So he's done very well there to clear the danger. But I like it. It's like you said, Cliff. I think now it's evenly poised and they both look like very much a balanced outfit, both of them.
Totten's corner comes in from the left-hand side to the back post. Chiadozi heads it, but away from the target. They were queuing up at the back post. The ball's not gone out of play yet. Haven't get it forward. It's 4 against 4. Balsari bursting forward. He's got File to his left, Seeger to his right. He goes on his own, takes a stumble. Hawks wanted a foul, I think, but no foul there. And maybe he wanted to go alone there when the correct option was probably to pass to one of the strikers.
Yeah, I think so. But really good tracking back there from a Tottenham perspective. Oster really trying to make sure that they couldn't get an attack, and it's a 50-50 there. I think maybe you give a foul, and on occasions you don't give a foul. So, but in Tottenham's favour.
Long ball launched forward from the Stags. Rendell nods it on. Well, the last touch was actually off of Roberts. Rendell takes the throw quickly. Chiadozi's down by the corner flag, gets it back to Raggett. What can he do here? Can he win a corner? Can he keeps it in? Back to Chiadozi. Crosses it to the back post. Who's there? Good defensive header, gets that one away. Who's going to pick the loose ball up on the edge of the box? It's Kennedy. For Totton. Back to Magri. Magri sweeps the ball, tries to get it out the left-hand side, but it's Totton who get it away, and Stanley and Roberts combine well. Stanley goes down. He knew what he was doing there. So Devante Stanley bumped into Joe Turner, goes down holding his face. Free kick there, but I think he knew what he was doing there. He knew if he got the touch, he'd win a free kick.
Yeah, I'm not having that one. No disrespect to the lad, but I can't see that. And rolling around like he did, it's probably doing himself more damage.
Maybe he landed on his face, but again, he sort of drew the contact. Physio on. Is that Sophie Jones down there? Someone you know?
Yeah, Sophie, she's a Chichester student, or a former Chichester student. I obviously lecture there, and we had her last year at Eastleigh. We got her set up for an internship. She spent the whole year at Eastleigh. She's brilliant, and Havant have done well to secure her services.
Stanley takes a drink of water, pours some on his face. Free kick to Havant and Waterlooville. 14 minutes plus added time to the interval. 1-1 here in the trophy. Not quite evenly poised. So Jeb with the free kick out to the left-hand side. Carthy has to jump but can't direct his header the way he wants, and then here's a break. Was there a little push in the back? Nothing given. Luke Hallett is racing down the right-hand side. Nice cross back for Turner. Turner, edge of the box, controls it. Too many yellow shirts in front of him. Instead he tries a good pass. Nice idea to try and get it through to Rendell. Didn't find his head, didn't find his boot. Overhit it slightly, and a goal kick. But shows how quickly it can go box to box, Louis. Have them on the attack. 2 or 3 seconds later, they've got their heart in the mouth.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the ref just missed one there, but You know, it happens in the game, and I really like Tottenham's front three. They're linking very well. Turner has definitely added something to this front line. He can control the ball, he runs in behind, he gets hold of it, he gets shots away, and the three of them rotate really well. One drops in just to help when they're out of possession, and then when they're in possession, there's always someone to make the run off of either Rendell, Turner or Chidozie. It's good.
1-1 and fairly entertaining and fairly exciting. Down the right-hand side come Totton. That's a well-timed pass to find Joe Turner. What are his options in the penalty area? He keeps the ball in play, cross it to the near post where Warner gathers it for the Hawks and thinks twice about throwing it quickly out to the right-hand side where Roberts cuts a bit of a disappointed figure. They went to the left-hand side and it's a patient build-up down the left side. Deacon plays it across defence to Zuma, brother of the West Ham player. This Zuma joined on loan, Johan from or joined permanently from Dagenham and Redbridge. Ball forward to Stanley, but Chidozie's back there defending, but Seagar gets it, back heels it into the path of Stanley. He didn't fancy a shot and he tried to pass it. It's Turner back defending to assist Totton get the ball away. Long ball up towards Rendell. Thinks his shirt was being pulled. Thought he was being pushed. Ref saw none of that. Bringing it out of defence come the Hawks. This is Jeb. Tries to find Stanley. Tries to float a ball down the right wing. He's overhit that one. And it's a throw to the Stags of Totton. Jimmy Ball, he's got a couple of former Southern League managers there on his coaching staff, hasn't he? He's got Paul Masters, who was at Winchester. He's got Dave Lewis, who was with Lymington. And yeah, when someone's come from sort of outside of the areas, Jimmy Ball sort of, I know he was originally from the south, but coming back in, it's probably good that he's got local coaches around him.
Yeah, they've got a good relationship, the three of them. I think it stems back from the Follins days when Jimmy was there coaching on behalf of Dave, and I think Paul Masters took the job on, and they've always been close, the three of them, and why not? Experience, local knowledge, makes perfect sense.
Havant looking good here. This is an opportunity. The shot comes in low. The keeper gets it at the second attempt. Farr was involved in the build-up. It was a good shot from Devante Stanley. Noyce got down, hit his midriff, and he gathered it at the second attempt. And also, got to say, talking about the Tottenham coaches, they've got a former manager there as well as the goalkeeper coach in Steve Hollick. And they've also got a very experienced injured player down there in Mike Carter, who we can see shouting instructions at his teammates, who at the moment are 1-1 with Havant and Waterlooville from the league above in a very finely poised game in the trophy.
Yeah, that's a good backroom team he's got there, and Steve Hollick's a great lad as well, and he always did a trick for us when he was a goalkeeping coach for us. We brought him back under me and Wildy, and in the warm-up he used to let goals in for me, so I've got a lot of time for him.
Quickly taken throw from Havant and Waterlooville. All the doom and gloom around Wesley Park. They might see this one. They might see a scoreline at the moment is very, very positive against a Totton team that are more used to winning than anything else, against a Hawks team that struggle to get victories this season. 2 in minor cups, only 1 in the league, as Zuma tries a crossfield ball to try and find Bulsari, but Bulsari not able to pick those balls out of the air and control them this afternoon. And although he's looked good when he's had the ball at his feet, sometimes the passes to him he's not been able to bring them under control. Totton with the throw. Rendell nods it on. I don't think Chiodosi's going to be able to get on the end of that one. Hawks with the throw. Some games that got postponed today were games involving Poole Town and Winchester City and Horndean, amongst others. The pitch here. What do you make of the Snow Stadium pitch, given the amount of rain? I suppose Southampton FC helped with its upkeep. Is it good for you on a November's day, on a week where it's been raining a lot?
Yeah, absolutely. The pitch looks good. I know it's always different when you're on it. It can feel heavier when you're running around it, but from our perspective, it looks really good, and Totton have done well with that relationship to keep that going, to get this pitch surface as good as it can be. A few years back it used to be a bit of a sand pit. It's definitely not that. It's probably one of the best pitches around, and I'm all for a grass pitch. I'm not a big fan of the 3G surfaces, although revenue-wise you need them. Here we go, Cliff, back to you. Racket on the ball.
Raggett, that was a terrific pass from Turner. Now Raggett's got it on the left-hand side, charged down by Roberts. Totton retain the ball. Message received. Loving the commentary. Say hi to Louis and tell him goalkeeper's rule. That's from Robbie Yates. A former goalkeeping coach and a former goalkeeper too. Throw to be taken. And Louis was laughing at that one, Robbie. It's a corner ball, which Maloney will take for Totton. All the 6-yard box, almost an own goal there. A bit of push and shove. Everybody seemed to leave it. Went back to the keeper off of the boot of the defender. Not an intentional back pass, but haven't survived that one. Here's their goal scorer, Seagar, out on the left-hand side. Deacon, under pressure, gets it forward. This is Barkley Agipon. Back to Deacon. Finds Zuma. Haven't not really challenged at the moment. They're bringing the ball out of defence. Stanley's thinking about trying to dribble past the defender. Goes forward again. He has dribbled past him. Seagun to foul. Flag is up. Foul. Couldn't get it past the keeper anyway. Foul just wandered into an offside position. Oh, they've brought it back for a free kick. There must have been an advantage given, so didn't spot that one, but potentially good refereeing if he's waited to see if an advantage appears. Havant and Waterlooville, the ball just outside the D with a free kick.
Dangerous this one. Very dangerous this, Cliff. Jebs, I've seen him score goals for fun from this angle. And McCarthy. McCarthy's got an excellent strike in him. He can either whip it or he can drive it. He really can. It looks like he's leaving it though. It looks like it is Jeb. This could be dangerous, this.
Jack Jebb with a set piece. Ball just outside the D here at the Snow Stadium. I wonder if he's going to find a way to get the ball through. Free kick to Havant and Waterlooville. A bit of a wait to take this one. Jebb is going to take this. Around the wall, off the crossbar. Still but loose, bouncing down. Shot comes in over the top from Jebb. Wow, he hit the crossbar from the free kick. He got the ball back on the edge of the box and he tried to volley it in just over the top. That was very close to a goal.
Yeah, trademark Jebb. He's got it in a locker from all angles around the box, and it did look from here that Noyce had maybe left too much space, and I was a bit nervous, especially when it beat the wall, but lucky for Totton, it hits the crossbar.
Wow, that has been a good reaction today from Havant, from coming here, no confidence, falling behind straight away. They've drawn level, and from that set piece they might have taken the half-time lead, but it bounced off the crossbar back into play and couldn't find a teammate with 6 minutes to go to the interval. Now here come the Stags. Chiadozi out on the left wing. His cross comes off of McCarthy. Everyone's appealing that should have been an offside. Throw taken quickly. Raggett crosses it to the back post. It's going to fall to Osler, edge of the box. Would he get a shooting chance? Joe Osler, former Havant player, out to Chiadozi. Chiadozi shows good skills, good cross to the back post, and Maloney there couldn't direct his header. I think he was put off a little bit by Barkley Agipong. He's out of play for a goal kick, but there Totton looked dangerous there with some crosses coming in from the left.
It's crazy, every time Havant have a really good opportunity to score, within seconds Tottenham are having a really good chance to then go and put their stamp on the game. They've got to do better off the ball, Havant, because otherwise they're going to concede, and that's the story of their season. But as you said just now, Cliff, I think Havant have stepped it up, and so they should be here to win the game, and it could be the turning point in their season if they do.
1-1 here on BBC Radio Solent. Raggett plays a hopeful ball forward, almost like a rugby kick for touch, and Maloney chases it down, and it comes off of McCarthy's shoulder, and it's going to be a throw to Totton, and that turned out to be quite a wise move from the middle of the park there. It's a throw up by the corner flag, which Benny Reid has gone to take. He's got 3 forwards in the box, about 6 or 7 Hawks defenders there, but it looks like Benny Reed's going to go with the long throw. Well, the ref's just got to wait because there's off the ball, a bit of push and shove, and the ref needs to talk to the players. Now the throw's going to come in from Benny Reed. He might go shorter now. The players in, well, he's looks for Chidozie, who's in the box, who hooks it over his shoulder, falls down, and Turner over the top from about 12 yards out. I think he probably feels he could have done better there.
Yeah, I think so, but nice idea, like just trying to turn it around the corner from inside the penalty box. 2 runners, almost worked out for them, but yeah, I think possibly from that range, no pressure on the ball, he probably should have done better than that. Looks a good player though.
He does look very good when he's on the ball. 2 goals, he played both games this week and scored twice on his debut away to Merthyr, the first 2 goals. Chidozie in a possession. Nice ball forward towards Turner. The offside flag was up. He's a great pass, but maybe not the run or the pass not timed perfectly. Hawks have got a free kick back there. So Salisbury are 2 down at Hamwell. I'm just wondering if a point for Gosport at Chesham could get them back on top of the table today. They are 0-0 at Chesham. Yes, a point would put them above Salisbury on goal difference. So Gosport drawing at 3rd place Chesham, with Salisbury currently 2 goals down at mid-table Hanwell Town. So Gosport could be going back to the top of the league. Totton will probably drop out of the playoff positions today simply because their opponents have league games, while Totton are involved in cup action. Throw-in, which Raggett will take for Totton. Towards Chidozie, knocked off his stride by McCarthy, who's dribbling down the right-hand side. Couldn't find a teammate. Back to the Totton goalkeeper. Noyce, nice ball forward from him. Zuma wins the header for Havant. Who wants it in the centre? 2 Totton players collide. One of them heads it out of play. Havant have got to throw right in front of the Totton bench. Stanley taking his time to take the throw, looking for options in front of him. Havant and Waterlooville. What's happened there? Is that a foul throw? I think you can't be offside from the throw, so it's a foul throw. He took forever to take that. There can't be anything more frustrating if one of your teammates or one of your players does that.
No, you know, we used to see it in the EFL, we see it at National League level, so I'm not surprised that we see it here. But yeah, it's so frustrating to have a foul throw of all things.
So now it's Raggett who's going to take the long throw for Totton. Good technique up towards Rendell, nods it on to Chidozie, who haven't surrounded him though. Get the ball back up the other end. There's been a recycle quickly end to end. Jeb with the ball forward to Seagar. Trays it, knocks it into space. File can't get there. Hallett's first to it. Luke Hallett, who clears the ball. Out to the left wing. Bolsari goes down. Was he clipped? He's rolling around holding his ankle. It's a free kick to Havant and Waterlooville into the last minute of this first half. They've got a free kick out on the left-hand side. In terms of team talks, Louis, we need the physio to come on, so I think we're going to have a delay before the free kick comes in. Gives us a chance to talk. In terms of the 2 team talks, we've got 2 added minutes according to the electronic scoreboard. Team talks, what do you think the 2 managers are going to say? Havant, maybe not expecting to be in this position.
No, I think they'll both be reasonably okay with this at the moment. You know, Havant wouldn't have wanted to come in a goal down, that's for sure. They've had a fairly good response to it, and the tie is there for the taking. 1-1. You can't really see anybody at the moment dominating the play, and there are goals in this game. There are more goals in it for sure. So I think they'll both be reasonably happy. Totton will want to impress themselves a little bit more in the final third, and I think Havant have got to tighten up. I think that'll be the key. There'll be chances for them.
Into the area, keeper comes and punches it. Noyce only as far as Buckley Agyapong. The whistle had already gone. His shot was blocked anyway. So in added time, 2 added minutes we have today. A fairly even half, really. Maybe Totton shading it, but for Havant with their confidence problems, you'd think it's a big boost to go in level, having shown character to equalise and having a set piece off the crossbar as well. Maybe they'll be the happier of the 2 teams. Here comes Bolsari down the left wing. for the Hawks today. He impressed pre-season in a trial, a former Gosport player, into the middle. Barkley finds Stanley, good tackle, sliding comes in from Osler, no nonsense stuff, but Havant still going forward. Seagar's trying to get the better of Raggett. Raggett clears up towards Rendell. Good tackle coming in from Zuma though. End-to-end stuff. Now Turner, it's overhit. I don't know why Steve King wants the offside flag unless he's moaning at his defence, but he was never interfering. Play carries on here. 1-1 here on BBC Radio Solent. Magri breaks down at McCarthy's through ball. Here come Totton. Have they got time? The ref looks at his wristwatch. Do we got time for another attack? Rendell. Physical battle he's having with Zuma today. Chiadozi, that is a good ball out to the right-hand side. Well, Deacon does well to read the flight of the ball and head it, but his former teammate Benny Reid picks it up. Is there time for one last attack? They are going to win a corner. Have they got time to take it? Came off of Bulsari. Corner ball to the Stags. Leon Maloney to take this. Is there an opportunity then? I think we may have had the 2 added minutes. Maloney to take this one. Everybody getting forward. Everyone in the 6-yard box here. Played short. It's something from the training ground. Chiadozi chips it across goal. Magri's header is wide of the target, and the half-time whistle sounds. A late attack for Totton. Half-time, it is 1 apiece. Louis Langdown, what did you make of that last attack, and what have you made of the half as a whole?
Both have looked really dangerous from set pieces. That was an excellent opportunity. Again, really well worked. It's off the training ground routine that, and Magri gets his header away, and he's maybe a foot or so away from scoring. So good stuff, and I think set pieces could be the difference between these two teams.
Maybe expecting Totton to be stronger, particularly when they scored after just 3 minutes. It's actually been a fairly even half of football.
Yeah, I think, we might all be guilty here of thinking that Totton are going to run away with it. They're not. Those boys have got some spirit about them at the moment. Haven't, maybe lost in other games, we don't know, but they should be the favourites. They should be here to win the game. And for me, they're showing a little bit more now. They're showing a little bit of character in the last sort of 20 minutes to go on and to get the goal. And there's a goal for them, I think, and there's also a goal for Totton. If this has got goals in it, this game, definitely.
Seagar former Saints player, joining from Dorking. How important for the Hawks and how important for him is to get your first goal for your new club?
Yeah, he'll be buzzing, but look, that's what he does. He scores goals. He was at Hungerford under Danny Robinson for a long, long time, and all he did was score and score and score and score, and that's why he got his move to Dorking. When we were at Havant, we were always when we were at Weymouth, we played Hungerford away in the cup, and we were always wary of him. And he does. He pops up and scores goals, and that'll give him a little bit of confidence. But I think he's a confident lad anyway. Knowing him, he'll want goals. He'll want his team to do well, and he started to link the play actually, which has been really good in and around the box, little through balls, and he'll be one that Totton have to get touch tight to if they're going to stop him from scoring again.
Steve King doesn't always use substitutes the way most managers do. He's only got 5 on the bench today out of 7. I don't think he'll change anything. Totton have got 7 substitutes, including 3 new signings. Do you think Jimmy would be tempted to bring anyone on at half-time, or do you think he'd wait till later?
No, I don't think so. I think when we watched the Ramsgate game here, Cliff, we were crying out for a formation change at half-time. Jimmy did it. He brought on Reid it right back, and they went to a 4. I don't think they need to change right now. For me, Tottenham's front 3 are doing really well as a group, and if he does change it, generally it's normally a striker that comes in. Stanley could be that one that comes in, but I think the front 3 are doing well. They're physical, they're strong, unless there's a fatigue element. I think they're doing well, and I don't see a change at the moment.
Voice of Louis Langdown, former Stags manager, former Hawks coach, here on BBC Radio Solent. Very evenly poised at the break. A couple of rows in front of us, away to the left, is Derek Pope, the Havant and Waterlooville chairman, who's in an animated conversation, amongst others, with Louis Bell, who's been a non-league manager as well for several of our clubs, including Blackfield and Langley and Fareham Town and Portchester. But on a grey, overcast, little bit chilly day, the pitch is holding up extremely well. And this game has been quite entertaining, quite more finely balanced as maybe we were expecting. Totton score goals for fun, win more games than they lose, up against a Havant team, bottom of the table, without a league win under their new manager, with only one league win all season, knocked out of the FA Cup at the first hurdle from a lower league team. You thought it might happen today. It still might, of course. The writing looked on the wall as early as the 3rd minute. They've done extremely well to come back into this game. It is 1 apiece here at the Snow Stadium. Louis, do you think obviously having a Waterlooville would be a disaster for the area if they dropped out of the league? Current form says they might do. When do you see Totton moving up to the next level of football? They've never been there. They got close in the Stuart Ritchie era. Do you think Jimmy Ball and Totton are set up for football at the next level?
Oh, all day long. This year, I see it this year. There's no reason why they can't get promoted. You look around at the teams and almost you could say arguably Winchester, Salisbury, Gosport. There's an element, Solent, there's an element of that, a league below. You know, lots of local sides are in it. So I don't want to be disparaging, but I wouldn't say the level is that much different right now. So why can't they? They've got a squad. They've got the ability to go and get better players whenever they need them. They've got a good staff. They've got a great pitch, good facility. You know, Turner doesn't turn up at AFC Totton from nowhere, from the league above. You know, I don't know what it's like geographically for him or where he lives. However, I would expect that you know, there's been some kind of monetary exchange there to get him in, and he's on a good deal. And why not? I think Totton are ready to go to the next level. And I look around, you know, from that Conference South and look at the stadiums and the infrastructure of other clubs and the fan base. Totten's there. It's got it.
This is BBC Radio Solent Sport.
So 2 football commentaries today in the National League at the Silver Lake Stadium. Altrincham going into this game 11 games unbeaten, but they trail away at Eastleigh thanks to this early goal.
Eastleigh on the far side, Whipper, big looping cross into the box, headed down by Paul McCallum.
Yes, Quiggers, get in there!
And it's a goal for Eastleigh. Woo! Eastleigh take the lead, absolutely against the run of play. Scott Quigley, the ball was headed down near the penalty spot by Paul McCallum into the path of Scott Quigley, took a touch, the big defender strikes low and into the left corner of the net.
Quiggers with the opener then for Eastleigh as Wayne Shaw called in there. The Spitfires 1-0 up at half-time. A big blow for them, losing one of their star men, Chris Maguire, though, with a suspected hamstring injury in the first half. As for our other commentary, 2 of our sides going head-to-head in the FA Trophy second round. AFC Totton against Havant and Waterlooville, and it was the Stags who took the lead.
Foster sweeps it out to Chiadozi, who's onside. Shot comes in. It's a goal for Totton. A burst down the right-hand side and a thumping shot from Chiadozi. Disastrous start for Havant. AFC Totton off to a flyer. Totton 1, Havant 0.
Hawks in the league below, but a lot of people expecting Totton to win due to Totton being 5th in the table, Havant and Waterlooville bottom of the National League South, but Hawks have found a way back.
Mohamed Ufal is in to potentially equalise. Forster Seagar, who does. Havant and Waterlooville draw level. They haven't given up here. Burst forward, Fall with the assist. His shot didn't go where he wanted it to, and it was Seagar who got there. It's his first goal for Havant and Waterlooville. Ryan Seagar with the equaliser. Totton 1, Hawks 1.
Let us know if you're watching a game, who you're following, or if you're not, who you're following anyway. Just send us a picture or just let us know where you are listening from. Text 81333, Solent your first word. Do the same with your WhatsApp, 08000 321 333, or tweet us at Solent Sport. Lots to come at half-time. We'll cover Golf Formula 1. We'll go through all of the scores right across the country, non-league football and internationals as well. It's all to come on the home of live sport across the south.
BBC Radio Solent Sport. BBC Radio Solent Sport.
And a very good afternoon. I'm Ian Wilding here for this non-league special with Cherries, Pompey and Saints all in international duty this weekend. So elsewhere then in non-league football, to tell you about what's happening so far, it is currently Dover 2, Weymouth 2. The Terrors getting 2 goals back. They were 2-0 down in that game. It's their third trip to the Crabble in 6 months. Ex-Watford forward Ezio Toure with both of the Terrors' goals, the second goal coming just before half-time. In the Southern League Premier South, Sholing 0, Tiverton Town 1. It's Paul Doswell's first league game in charge of Sholing. 7 points from 3 games going into the game, but Sholing have work to do there. And Gosport Borough against Chesham United. It is at Chesham. It's 2 good teams going head-to-head, second against third. It was a 2-1 win for Borough last weekend at home to Hendon, but nothing to separate those two sides at the moment. It is currently Chesham 0, Gosport Borough 0. So lots of time to go in that game. In fact, Chesham have just scored in that game. So Chesham are now 1-0 up at home to Gosport Borough. They're scoring just before half-time. So Chesham have a 1-0 lead. That is a blow for Pat Sarachi and Joe Lee's side. Work to do there. Bashley, that one got underway at 3:30. And it is Malvern who've taken the lead. They're 1-0 up in that game in Division 1 South. Bashley are 15th in the table. Malvern just one place above them in the table. While Wimborne Town in Division 1 South, they are top of the league, but they trail 1-0 away at Cribbs. Cribbs are 5th, and they've kept 4 clean sheets in the last 5 games. Things not going well at the moment for Wimborne. And the games that was postponed earlier on this morning in the Southern League Premier South, Paul Town and Walton and Hersham, and Winchester against Swindon Supermarine, both falling victim to the weather. While Isthmian League South East, Horndean against Broadbridge Heath was also called off. We'll cross over to your commentary teams in just over 5 minutes' time in our games in the National League and in the FA Trophy. But elsewhere then, in League 1, only 2 games taking place today, both 3 o'clock kickoffs. Blackpool are 2-0 up at home to Shrewsbury, and Stevenage Lincoln is currently goalless. Blackpool would move up to 8th and move above Lincoln with a win with 27 points. Whatever happens, Portsmouth will be ending the day still top of the table with just those 2 matches. Pompey currently top the table, played 16 with 36 points. In League 2, a few games taking place, a few more matches in fact. Notts County moving up to 4th in the table with a 4-2 win at home to Bradford earlier on today. Accrington and Wrexham, who are currently in the automatic spots, is 0-0. So too is Barrow and Crawley. Forest Green, who are struggling in the bottom 2 at the moment, they've picked up a good confidence-boosting 2 goals in the first half. Forest Green are 2-0 up at home to Grimsby. Gillingham 1, Salford 1. Mahoney giving Gillingham the lead. Salford pegging them back with 8 minutes before half-time. Gillingham, who changed their manager after being just outside the playoffs back in September. Neil Harris losing his job. Harrogate 0, Swindon 1 is a score as well. Mansfield are 1-0 up at home to Newport. Stockport, who are going really well under Dave Challoner, looking for their 12th successive league win. They're 1-0 up at home to strugglers Colchester, although Colchester have been doing OK recently. Matthew Everington getting the job full-time this week. And Sutton are 1-0 down at home to Tranmere. In Euro qualifications, David Brooks, Chris Mepham and Kiefer Moore all started and all played as Wales drew 1-1 away at Armenia in that crucial Euro qualifier. They've got one more group game to go. Joe Morrell was on the substitutes bench. Armenia-Wales has finished 1-1, Wales equalising just before half-time. In the National League South, Barnet and Gateshead is goalless. Barnet's second in the table. Bromley AFC Fylde is 0-0. Dorking Wanderers are 1-0 up at home to Boreham Wood, who are currently 6th and bottom as things stand. As well as EC 1-0 up at home to Altrincham in our National League commentary game. Ebbsfleet are 2-0 down at home to Oxford City. Ebbsfleet struggling. Oxford City looking to move out of the bottom 4. Ebbsfleet down to 10 men. Ebbsfleet 0, Oxford City 2. Halifax Wealdstone is goalless. So too is Kidderminster Harriers against Dagenham and Redbridge. Rochdale against Aldershot is 1-1 in the National League. Rochdale getting an equaliser with 3 minutes to half-time after Jack Barham, the former Maidstone striker, had given Aldershot the lead. Solihull Moors, who are 3rd before today, are 1-0 down at home to Maidenhead, who are just starting to pick up some good wins now. They're looking for 3 league wins in a short amount of time, Maidenhead. They're 1-0 up away from home. And Chesterfield could be going 7 points clear at the top of the table under Paul Cook, the former Portsmouth manager. They're 1-0 up away at Southend. It's Woking and Oldham goalless and York City 0, Hartlepool 2. All of those goals and games in the National League. Elsewhere then, it is some sports news to tell you about in a second, but to tell you about the Women's Championship tomorrow, Southampton FC women go to Crystal Palace. Saints' first ever championship win came at Selhurst Park. That was at the start of last season. 2 goals from Lexi Lloyd-Smith, and Saints have won 6 out of their first 10 league games, but they've dropped to 4th. Palace are 3rd, 2 points more with a game in hand. Selhurst Park is the venue for that one. That one gets underway at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. AFC Bournemouth women host Portsmouth women in the Hampshire Cup tomorrow. The Cherries won the competition last season. They ended Pompey's 13-year dominance of the trophy, and it's also set to be a special day for Bournemouth captain Gemma Hillier. The Pompey women's legend scored 99 goals in 293 appearances during a 17-year spell with the club.
I think it's the first time that I will have played against them since I left, so it's going to be a bit strange. Obviously, I had many great years there. I've still got lots of friends there, really close to some of the players, so it's going to be very interesting, but at the end of the day I'm playing for Bournemouth now and I'm absolutely loving my time here, so I want the Bournemouth team to strive and do as best we can, so we'll be looking to win that game, absolutely.
And you're a lifelong Pompey fan. Do you get back much to see the team in action? They're obviously doing really well at the moment. What have you made of John Messino and the job that he's doing in the men's team? Yeah,
I've been to every home game this season. I've been really fortunate, so they're doing so well, and hopefully we can continue to keep winning the games and not get too many draws after Christmas.
We can cross over to one of our commentary games now in the FA Trophy second round. Your summer riser, ex-Hawks coach and AFC Totton manager Louis Langdown. That one is on smart speaker, and it is also on BBC Sounds and the BBC Sport website and app. It is AFC Totton against Havant and Waterlooville, 1-1 at the moment. Your commentator for that game is Cliff Pledge.
Thank you, Ian. Welcome back, everybody, to the Snow Stadium. First team out for the second half are AFC Totton, who have made a change because Adam Tommaso is going to be coming on. A midfield player
Dozy, I think, has gone off.
Who's played for plenty of local clubs, and Louis looking around. We think it's the goal scorer Jordan Chiadozi who has been replaced at half-time.
I'm not sure that's a tactical one. I think maybe something's happened there with Chiadozi, maybe a slight injury, because they're not necessarily like for like.
Very true. Very true indeed. So we'll wait for the confirmation before we give you the two teams. Havant and Waterlooville in yellow shirts are out for the second half now as well, but we shall wait for the confirmation of the substitution before we go through those teams. Adam Tommaso joined the club a couple of years back from Blackfield and Langley, has played for Winchester and Portchester amongst others. Combative midfielder. I don't know if he had the best game the last time we were here against Ramsgate, to be honest with you, but we're waiting to see the confirmation of the substitution. The referee's assistant going over to... Yeah, it is 12 for 8. It is Jordan Chiadozi who opened the score back in the 3rd minute, who is off with Tommaso on. So a formation change, because as I say, it's not like for like, and there is another forward on the bench, at least one, or Stanley and Taylor, so it is a change of formation. So as we get ready to start, the teams today are Lewis Noyce in goal for AFC Totton, who have Benny Reid, Jordan Raggett, Charlie Kennedy, Luke Hallett, Joe Ostler, Scott Rendell, Sam Magri, Leon Maloney, Joe Turner, and now Adam Tommaso in the fray. We are back underway. Non-league commentary, at least one every single week on BBC Radio Solent, Havant and Waterlooville. I've got Ross Warner in goal, Devante Stanley, Jake McCarthy at the back, along with Johan Zuma and Rory Deacon. Totton on an early attack. It's not that easy to see because some of the supporters are standing up in front of us. Benny Reid wins the corner. Long ball out to Reid, did well to control it, got a deflection. It's a corner. Hawks have also got, so they're Warner, Stanley, McCarthy, Seeger, Fowle, Bolsari, Jeb, Barkley, Agipong, Zuma, Deacon and Roberts today. Corner comes in from the right-hand side for Totton. Oh, so close there. It was Maloney's corner, and it was just a volley, just wide from Joe Turner. He does look impressive, Louis.
Yeah, I like him. You can see why Jimmy's brought him to the club. He's definitely added something from the Ramsgate game that I watched. I think it looks like they've just changed. They've got Tommaso in there now as just an extra body. I think they've gone to a bit of a 3. Maloney's just going to go and support Rendell and Turner up top.
And in terms of the Hawks, they've got McCarthy at the back with Zuma, Deacon, and Stanley. And Stanley's got to scamper back in defence now under pressure from Turner, puts it out of play. And Bulsari, Barkley, Agipong, Jeb in the middle of the park with Roberts, and then up front, Fal and Seeger. And Ryan Seeger getting his first goal for the club in the first half. They're subs if they need them. McNerney, Jewett White, Stedman Baker and Mohamed Kia. Tottenham's attack, it's a goal kicks. By the way, Tottenham subs, Ethan Taylor, Niko Trojanovski, Luke Bennett, Alfie Stanley, Egil Kaja and Luke Roberts. And some of those names you might not have heard before from a Stags perspective. Roberts on the bench, I remember him as a Poole Town striker. Luke Bennett, I think they needed international clearance for Bennett, who's played recently in Australia. And Kaja, another one of new signings. They've also got another new signing who's cup-tied as well, but Egil Kaja most recently played for Altrincham, had played for Livingston and AFC Wimbledon, amongst others. And Alfie Egan is a new signing who is cup-tied. He's moved from Lewis. He played a minute in the FA Trophy this season for Lewis, so he can't feature today. But some breaking transfer news there for AFC Totton, who no doubt will announce all this after the game. Bit of a strange one to announce all the signings after the game, but that's how they do things. Totton on the attack. Reid does very well. Benny Reid plays it forward. This is Turner out on the right-hand side. What can he do? It's across to the near post, headed down, and as far as Reid, whose shot is deflected back to Rendell's shot. Deflected. One shot deflected to Rendell. Rendell's shot deflected wide. All going on there. End result is a corner to Totton, still 1-1.
Yeah, Turner doing excellent down the right, and you've got the two former Havant players, and Rendell and Reid getting shots away, and really close to a second goal there for Tottenham. But not to be. FC from the corner here. Maloney taking it.
Leon Maloney. Oh, it's a strong one to the back post. It's a leaping header. I think it's from Osler, and it's a free header over the top. Actually, it's another one of the defenders up there. I think it's Hallett who was off target with the header there.
Great start.
But yeah, good start for the second half for Tottenham. 1-1, but knocking on the door, because Turner was just wide on 46 and Rendell just wide on 49 minutes. Free kick to Havant and Waterlooville though. They attack down the left. Instructions from Mohamedou Fall from Steve King and his assistant. Hawks to have a free kick. And Jeb takes the set pieces. He hit the crossbar with a free kick just outside the box. This one is from the left wing. He's played it short to Deacon, gets it back. What will Jeb do? He's got plenty of players to aim at. Floats it towards the edge of the area. Totton get the first header on the ball. Jeb gets the better of Maloney, the two number 17s. Reid charges in and gets the ball down the right-hand side. Will the ball hold up? Will it stay in play? Not quite for Turner, who would have had a great chance to cross that in for Tommaso if it had stayed in play. But it's a throw. Well, it's a Totton throw. So it must have taken a deflection on its way down the wing from Benny Reid's ball. Reid is going to take this throw as well. Reid started out at Horndean, went to Havant and Waterlooville, who really impressed. A bit of a surprise for me. They let him go. Their loss is Totten's gain, that is for sure. So, no, it is a Havant throw. The Tottenham players just going up there to put the pressure on. Away for the goal away to our right. McCarthy brings it with a long ball out of defence. Can't find a teammate. Tottenham get it back again. 3 consecutive headers. Given opportunity now for Kennedy running full. Kennedy back for Turner. Keeping the ball. That's a terrific pass out to the right wing for Reid, whose pass into the penalty area wasn't quite of the same timing and quality. Yeah, you can instantly see. Now here come Havant. Seeger finds Fal. Fal's through the middle. He's got Roberts out to the right-hand side. It's 3 against 5. James Roberts on a run. Has his heels clipped? No, the referee thinks it was simulation from James Roberts, and that's going to be the game's first caution. Always controversial there. He's down, getting up gingerly, thinks he's hurt. What did you make of that one, Louis?
Yeah, I think that might be a consequence of earlier on in the game in the first half when a couple seemed to go down for Havant fairly innocuously. It may be that he's seen that and thought that the players are going down too easy. But to be honest, Havant are really good from set pieces, so that's brilliant that he's noticed that as a referee and he's stamping it out.
Totton go forward. Rendell's flick header finds Maloney into the penalty area, crosses low. Oh! Didn't quite find Turner, didn't quite find Stanley as well, who would have wanted to clear that one. Turner's got it into the area, can't find the clean header at the back post. It is headed, but wide of the target. It is a goal kick to the Hawks. I think it was Maloney up there who got not a very clean header on the ball, but this is end-to-end stuff, and I've got a feeling we could have some more drama and some more goals. Havant go up the other end. Osler, former Hawks defender, picks the ball up, finds Rendell, touches it back to Tommaso. Benny Reid, all forward. Rendell tries to chase. It's not going to get past McCarthy, but his header to Jeb is taken away by Turner. Turner's everywhere at the moment. Cross from the right-hand side. Jeb blocked it. Goes back to Turner. He might get another chance. His manager's telling him to go forward. He goes back into the defence to Hallett. To find Magri. Maltese international, started out at Portsmouth, finds Tommaso. Hallett. Osler, keeping the ball well, working it well. Totton, but Havant keeping shape, keeping the pressure on them behind them, and Jeb's got to go all the way back to his goalkeeper. Noise to Magri. Totton not happy there, making their thoughts known to the assistant. Loose ball in the middle, Havant gave it away, worked out from Tommaso down to the left wing. Raggett's on a bit of a run, out to the left wing. Cross could come into the area, to the near post. Rendell can't get a clean boot on it. And then a last touch coming through. Kennedy, it's a goal kick. It's been a quite breathless start to the half. Totton doing most of the attacking.
Yeah, Totton looking really, really good, and it's interesting to see Tommaso playing as an 8, and they've got 2 8s there now with Oster, the deep man. Normally Tommaso's that guy, so he's been putting a bit of energy a little bit further up the pitch. They're getting the ball back, then playing it nice and cute, and that was a good opportunity for Rendell to get in front of Jake McCarthy in the 6-yard box, but Maka does very well there to stop a goal-scoring opportunity.
Totton have the ball in the middle, in the centre circle. Find Benny Reid. Pressure comes in from Bulsari, but it's back with Osler. Osler, nice ball. This is Maloney. What are his options? Crosses it. Goes behind for the goal kick. Not too many options there other than Turner at the back post. Didn't quite get his cross correct. In the Wessex Football League also, there's a big game between Portchester and AFC Stoneham. It was 0-0 at half-time. 2 of the best teams in that league. The top 2 had their games postponed today. So with Shaftesbury and Moneyfields out of action, if there could be a winner there between Portchester and Stoneham, they could climb up to second. The only team in the league without a win are Lymington Town, who are 3-1 down at the break. It doesn't look like it's going to happen today. They're 3-1 down at Andover New Street. And the only unbeaten team is in Wessex Division 1 is Hamworthy Recreation, still in the FA Vars, were 4-1 up over Whitchurch at half-time. And as you might have heard from Ian at half-time, Gosport conceded in first half added time at Chesham. So I don't think, not just think of any of our teams are winning in that league today, because Salisbury and Sholing and Gosport were all losing at the break. So Jewett White is going to come on for Havant and Waterlooville. Harry Jewett White on loan from Pompey. And he's coming on for number 11, Billy Bulsari. And I don't know if Jewett will play out on the left like Billy did. What did you make of Bulsari's game, and what do you know, if anything, of Harry Jewett White?
I don't know an awful lot of Jewett White, obviously a Pompey product, but I felt it's probably a good move. He's been a bit, I haven't really seen enough of Bulsari either, to be honest, in the game. Hasn't stamped any authority on it, so why not change it up? Why not see what fresh legs can bring on from the young man? He's obviously had a good education in the game.
Yeah, a lot of Hawks fans surprised he wasn't being used more, so they'll be pleased to see him on. This is Rory Deacon, find Mohamed Ufal. Fowle's got 8 goals this season. He's the Hawks' top scorer. He's out on the left wing. Nice ball into the middle. First chance for Jewett White. Plays a 1-2 with Deacon, then is fouled. Osler not pleased with the decision. Only the slightest of touches, free kick given.
Yeah, nice touch from the young man. I'm glad that he's come on, because it just reminded me of Solent Sports exploits in the Cup over Portsmouth Academy, and I know that the guys down there will be really happy with that performance. So thanks for the reminder, and well done to Solent Sports.
In the Hampshire Senior Cup, I think this year we call it the Servio Cup, Solent Sports have won at Farnborough before entertaining the Portsmouth Academy at home and beating them. So well done to the Plainmakers. Here's the Hawks with the free kick, which Jeb will take. Curls it into the air, into the danger. It bounces and goes wide. Noyce was a spectator there. It bounced in front of him. It went wide with Seeger a little bit too late to the party there.
He's almost worth having in your team just for those. He's a bit like a Ward-Prowse for me. The set pieces are excellent and they're very dangerous. But nothing comes of that one, fortunately, for Totton.
A 1-1 here. 32 minutes of the second half to go. If it stayed level on the final whistle, we would have a penalty shootout, which would be exciting, but a long way to go between now and then. And you would think, based on the attacking intent of these two teams, we could have some more goals to bring you. Just look into the Southern League Premier. Gosport still behind at Chesham. That was third against second. I wonder if Salisbury, the leaders losing, could put Chesham on top of the tree tonight. Sholing still 1-0 down at home to Tiverton. Tiverton not in very good form. I think their chairman walked out recently, so that's a bit of a surprise maybe that they've gone to Sholing and lead 1-0. The only other game in the division is Harrow 0, Merthyr 1. And Totton would drop one place in the table simply because they're not in league action today. Magri with a long ball out of defence. Turner's trying to chase the ball down, but Stanley knew what he was doing, experienced, and let it go out for the goal kick. And Weymouth, by the way, we heard at half-time, got it back to 2-2 at Dover, so 2-0 down in this competition. 2 goals from Ezio Torre last week. So I know they're 3-2 up. Brandon Goodship has put them in front.
On a terrace.
That's not a terrace scarf you've got there, Louis. The right colours.
No. I think they took everything of mine back from me, Cliff, back in the day. But well done, Goody. Good to see him back on the score sheet.
Brandon Goodship. What a turnaround that is. Here it is 1-1 between Totton and Havant and Waterlooville in the FA Trophy. Long ball from Zuma, tries to find Seeger. Osler gets there first and clears it out to the right hand side. Stanley down the right wing. That's a free kick given to the Hawks. A push in the back of Roberts. Definitely noticed Roberts and Fowle, who were so good last season, are not quite the same this year. I don't know if it's because they're playing more wide rather than strikers, but they've got Seeger in. He's opened the scoring for them today to draw us level. Having a Waterlooville free kick just inside Totton's half, away on the right wing. Pumped up into the area. Flick header goes well wide from Jake McCarthy from the edge of the box. He rose above everybody but couldn't direct the header.
He's scored some great headers in his time, Jake, as well, and he's dangerous from set pieces. And if you could argue that you could go and play in that 10 role and give him a bit more quality up there with his strikes on goal and being in the box with his heading quality. But right now, having to be employed for Havant as a centre half, which is probably not where he would want to be either, I would imagine.
McCarthy, Roberts, Fowle, they've all done great things. Do you think they just need to get their mojo back, or is it maybe, time catching up with them? Or have they still got it in the locker to get back to where they have been?
No, I think, it takes 11 to be in a team, doesn't it? But I'd have Macca in a side, no doubt about it. That's a quality little clip down the line with his left foot. I think they're desperate to still do well. They're still good footballers. They still want to be in a successful side. Hence his move to Havant, but it hasn't really worked out. Had a run last year, didn't they, to try and get in the playoffs, but hasn't really worked out for him. But he's here, and I think a couple of additions, a couple of changes, and this side could be a good side.
McCarthy on the ball, goes back to his keeper Ross Warner. Warner recently dropped and then reinstated as his replacement. Maybe didn't find the levels of quality. I think it was Reece Charles Cook came in, but Warner got the jersey back. Free kick for a foul on Rendell from Zuma. Zuma's incredulous. The reaction of the Totton players help, I think, influence the referee to show a yellow card. Was it a foul? Was it a yellow, Louis?
You could tell from his touch it was a loose touch. He had to go for it in the end, and I think it's just a little bit overzealous. It's a great, those tackles are going to get outlawed, aren't they? It's a shame for us because we want to see that competitiveness, but probably just a little bit over the line. And Rendell, being Rendell, knew exactly what was coming and probably rode that very well to get the free kick. And of course, Totton want the yellow; they get the yellow.
1-1 here at the Snow Stadium. 27 to go. FA Trophy, knockout football, penalty shootout if we remain level. Free kick in the centre circle, which the goalkeeper for Totton, Lewis Noyce, takes. Pumps it into the area. It's not cleared. It could have given Totton a chance. It finally is cleared. Seeger knocked out of his stride, but this is Jewett White. Plays a hopeful ball forward. And Raggett with his knee gets it back to his keeper, who goes long and into touch on the far side. Just a little bit of quality lacking the last few seconds from both the teams. FA Trophy seems a very hard competition to do well in, especially for the Southern League teams. The National South teams come in later. The next round is Eastleigh coming in. Almost seems it's almost geared up for the National League teams. It's quite tricky to be outside of that division and have a long run in this, but we have seen it. There was Hornchurch got to Wembley, and Gosport Borough did as well, but terrific competition, Louis. I wish we could have a bit more success in it. I know Gosport got to Wembley, but we haven't had a team in the latter stages since then.
Yeah, I mean, Hornchurch have had a great record in it, and a friend of mine, Louis Spence, plays for them. He was brilliant, and have long-term memories he has from those games. So that's what you want, as a player before it all wraps up. You want to have these memories, and as a town, as a city, whatever you come from these small clubs, you want it. You need it. It's sort of, I think Tottenham fans will still talk about the Bristol game here. I know it's a different competition, but it's still the chance to move forward and have a bit of exposure. And look, you could be playing a really top you could draw Chesterfield in the final. I mean, what an occasion that will be. Chesterfield will load it up with supporters, and that could be the case. And why not? And let's be honest, you do take your eye off the ball if you're a National League side, and if you're going for promotion to League 2, you do take your eye off the ball, and the trophy may be something that you don't prioritise. So there are opportunities for cup upsets if you can get there.
Free kick to Totton, pumped in from the left-hand side, headed out of defence by Jake McCarthy. Hallett plays it into the middle to Tommaso, back to Raggett, goes long, can't find Magri, who's up on the right wing at the moment. At the back, Deacon and Fowl passing together. Fowl, he's fouled there, and that's also got to be a card for Magri. Knew what he was doing. Fowl got the better of him, was racing down the left wing, and I haven't seen that too often. The ref wasn't happy, didn't feel the need to go and show the yellow card to the face of Magri, who just gave him a thumbs up from long distance.
Yeah, Sam knew what he was doing there, unfortunately. He was going to get done for pace down the line and had to stop the attack. But yeah, a weird one to see him marauding down on the right wing here. But if you're going to hit the diag, then you're going to need a bit of a physical presence to look for knockdowns. So maybe a good ploy, but hasn't quite worked out.
Deacon's free kick for the Hawks. Plays it high and long, but easily dealt with by Turner. And now team's a little bit scrappy. Could Deacon do something here for Havant? It's 1-1 at the moment. Rory Deacon, experienced player out on the left-hand side, into the penalty area now. Will he deliver the cross? He's taking his time. He does cross it to the back post. It's a good header from Magri. Gets it out of danger at the moment. And a wild clearance from Raggett, and then not the greatest ball from Osler either. So they're going to give the ball straight back to Havant and Waterlooville. who are drawing this fixture 1-1. Their recent form is very poor. They feel like they've matched Totton today, when some might have thought they were coming here. It wouldn't have been a shock if they'd gone out of the competition at the first hurdle. It's still 1-1. Ball to Jewett-White down the right wing. Cross into the area, can't find Seeger. It's Hallett back there who thumps the clearance away. Yeah, feels like a really big game today, because not only is there a big stand up here, both clubs are doing a commentary as well. This feels like it's the Premier League, Louis. It's good to be here. Some of the games I go to, very sparse crowds, but here feels like a big occasion. It just, who's going to rise to it now? We've got 3/4 of the way through the game. Who's going to end up being the hero? But could it be Agipong? Finds Jewett, takes a shot, deflects into the arms of Lewis Noyce.
Feels like Havant maybe have just rode that wave a little bit. You know, Tottenham have definitely started the better in the second half, but I think there might be a sting in the tail for Tottenham. They haven't managed to get that goal in front when their domination probably deserved it.
Into the area is Maloney for Totton. He's got support coming from Tommaso, whose cross is hopeful and high, and will it fall? Penalty shout, ball still loose. Turner prods it, Turner scores! Chaos at the back post, but he scored again. He's only been at the club a week, but that's goal number 3. Joe Turner makes it Totton 2, Havant and Waterlooville 1.
It's madness. Of all the play and all the good bits of quality, we've probably had the worst ball in the box, an up and under from Tommaso, and he'll forgive me for saying it. It was actually a woeful looking ball. Just dropped. They didn't defend well enough, didn't hit it on the first contact. It's bounced around, and your man Turner's stabbed it in. And he is the difference right now, I think, between the two sides. So really, really pleased for Tottenham, because it looked like all the domination they had, all the play and all the little chances they created, and they weren't going to get the noses in front. They've gone and got the noses in front from that man Turner. Good finish.
There was a bit of a penalty shout, but the ball still fell kindly for them, and I think if Turner hadn't got there, Rendell was there too. They were sort of queuing up in the end, but Havant will feel they can't let their heads drop. They've done a lot of good work today, but they find themselves behind. They're waiting to restart. The Havant player is hurt though. We've just got to wait to see. I think it is McCarthy. Jake McCarthy back to his feet. Totton 2-1 in front. It's certainly been a lot closer than maybe we were expecting. They're shading it 2-1. It's a nip and tuck end-to-end game. I wonder what more drama we have to come, whether the Hawks will keep fighting or whether their heads will drop. McCarthy waiting for the signal to come back on. He's got that straight away as play restarts, with Jebb playing it down the right wing. Harry Jewett-White's got it. He's going to have to try and get past Hallett. Finds Jebb. What are his options? Into the area, headed away by Magri. Been very solid today. Totton with the scorer Turner, and then Tommaso, and then Raggett going long. They're going to win a throw. Actually, they've conceded a Turner with the foul. I thought Stanley had miskicked the ball out of play, but I think he was fouled. That's why he did that, and he's up and he's limping, and it's a free kick to Havant and Waterlooville.
It's going to be interesting to see how Steve King reacts here and how his Havant side react here. Are there changes to be made? Can he be slightly more attacking? You know, I think Tottenham deserved that goal. However, you know, Havant do look like they've got something in them. They do look dangerous from set pieces, but do you want to rely on that? You know, can you force something from the sidelines? Both benches have been quite animated, look like they're giving instructions on all the time, which is good to see. However, you know, Tottenham are definitely in the ascendancy, and I think Havant need to maybe switch it up, maybe make a change.
Remaining subs for them, Billy Steadman, a midfielder, who's been playing overseas, but does originate from Lee Park. Leon Baker, an attacking player who was last season, I think, on loan with Solent, and Jaifa Mohamedou Kaya, academy player who scored 4 goals earlier this season in the Portsmouth Senior Cup in 1 game. So I'd like to see him come on. Joe McNerney's their other sub, defender signed in the summer from Woking. Everybody was in Tottenham's half, but now the ball could break at the other end. Rendell put it in 1 tackle. Benny Reid puts in the other, but they couldn't get it past Rory Deacon. who races to get the ball back as well.
Here we go, we've got a game now where it looks like it's getting a little bit more energetic, a little bit more frantic, which I like. Haven't gambled a little bit there, and it was almost a 2v1. If Maloney would have won that header, then Turner's free right on the halfway line. So gambling a little bit now, as they should do at 2-1 down, I think.
Benny Reid to take the throw for AFC Totton up towards Rendell, who turns. Was his shirt pulled? The ref spotted that. Foul by Rory Deacon. And Deacon's just worrying for Deacon if he picked up a yellow yet. I don't think he has, but he wasn't not going to get one there either. Free kick out on the right hand side, which Maloney's been taking a lot of these set pieces. A lot of people to aim at the far post. Free kick comes in from the right hand side to the back post. Magri rises for the first header. Kept in play. This is Kennedy. Great skills from Kennedy, and then he couldn't find Rendell at the near post. His cross goes out of play for a goal kick to Havant and Waterlooville. Warner's kick down the right hand side. Jewett gets it forward towards Seeger. The bounce takes it away from him. It's picked up by the keeper, but I think the ref's brought play back. He played an advantage. That's twice he's done that, which is always good to see. Didn't actually see the old. We didn't see the signal for the advantage that Louis makes with two hands here, but still he's brought it back, and it's a free kick to the Hawks. We're telepathic, Louis. You knew what I was going to say. You knew what I was thinking. Jeb with the free kick into the area for the Hawks. Could fall at the back post for Zuma. Does fall at the back post for Fowle. Can he? Passing it back to Jewett White. What can he do? Good cross this to the back post. He didn't go for it. I don't quite understand there, but James Roberts didn't throw his head at the ball. It's gone out of play for a goal kick. Surely if you're a forward player and there's a good cross like that, you go for it, Louis.
Yeah, he's got to head it across the box. He's right on the byline. I don't know what he's leaving it for. There's no one going to be behind him there, are they? So it makes no sense whatsoever. Get up, win your header, do the basics right. You've got to do that. And I think at the moment Tottenham are doing it better than Havant. Getting the basics right. Rendell's buying free kicks. He's putting his body on the line. He's backing into people. Clearances are good. And they're organised and they're in their shape. And it's exactly what you need to do when you're a 2-1 up. Havant just aren't doing the basics well enough.
2-1 AFC Totton lead against Havant and Waterlooville in the FA Trophy. Excuse me, in the National League it is Eastleigh 1, Altrincham 1. Con Clark with a penalty equaliser for the visitors from the northwest at the Silver Lake Stadium. That game is our other commentary game. If you go to our social media, you'll find ways to listen to Wayne Shawn and Luke DaCosta if you want to. It's also excitingly poised here as well in the FA Trophy with the Stags looking like they might beat a team from the league above in the Hawks. 2-1 at the moment here on BBC Radio Solent. A quick look at the Southern League scores. Salisbury have got it back to 2-2 at Hanwell, so it looks like they'll stay top of the Southern Premier. Sholing tasting defeat for the first time under Paul Doswell are 4-0 down at home to Tiverton. Here come Totton looking for another goal, out to Ragged on the left, out to Turner on the left wing. Good ball in the area. Terrific defending from Havant, who threw themselves at the ball to get it away. Falls back to Rendell for Totton. Overlapping is Benny Reid into the penalty area. Cuts it back. Can't find a teammate. Looked like he would, but it went past a couple of them. Benny Reid's had a good game today so far.
Yeah, very well, but that's brilliant play. Oster centrally, doesn't want to lose possession, puts it over to Rendell, who locks the ball in. Nice little ball to overlap and Reid on the cutback, and that could have been another chance if there would have been someone just peed off at the penalty area. But Tottenham doing very well, and yeah, I agree with you there. Reid's a good player, showing on the ball, showing off the ball. He's putting the work in, and to be on the overlap, knowing when you're going to lock possession in is really important. You have to keep the ball if you're going to release as a fullback. And he's done very well there because he knows Rendell's going to keep the ball for him.
It's a caution for Rory Deacon. So I don't know if that's something he said after the free kick was given or for the foul, but Deacon now, after worrying for him a couple of minutes ago, had he got a yellow card, he does now. 4 yellow cards shown now. Jeb floats the ball to the Sorry, Maloney floats it out to the back post. Thrown out, Havant and Waterlooville. Down the right wing. Great control from Turner, from Raget's ball. Turner looks absolute quality here. He's dropped down from the league above and he's given them the 2-1 lead. Overlapping is Raget, cross into the area. It's the yellow shirts of Havant. Back to the keeper. That was a little bit risky from 17. Back to his goalkeeper. But the keeper was prepared from the ball back from Jeb.
It's the same ball, isn't it? One of those midfielders got to bust their gut to get on that penalty area. They're going to score with the cutback. At the moment, not releasing themselves. You've got the forwards making good runs of getting across into that 6-yard box, but a Totton midfielder's got to get on the edge of the box, got to get a goal from there.
Bringing it out of defence is Zuma. Stanley plays it down the right wing. It's not good enough. Roberts not happy with the quality of the ball. Out to the right-hand side. 2-1 Totton lead. Havant and Waterlooville haven't been as bad as maybe people feared, including their own fans feared this evening. It's with 13 minutes to go. It's still very much in the balance here. Will there be another goal, and which way will it be? That is a great ball from Jewett White out to the right wing. Stanley back to Barkley Agipong. What can he do? To Jeb. They're passing it superbly. The shot is blocked. That was a terrific move from Havant and Waterlooville, who got a shooting chance in the penalty area, but saw it blocked. Certainly haven't given up today, and you know, I'm not seeing doom and gloom from Havant and Waterlooville. Maybe they're a little bit off what you might expect, but I haven't seen anything here that screams to me club in crisis.
No, not really. That was a well-worked move there, and that's the first time they've really strung a few passes together with a bit of quality and get that little inside run into the box, 12 yards out, gets a shot away. That's what you need to see more of. It's not been anywhere near enough today, and I dare say that's been the case for most of the season when you look at the goals scored, but they've got to have a bit more potency. They've got to have a bit more attacking threat, and we saw it there. We saw a glimpse of what they maybe could do.
Yeah, it was James Roberts who had the shot blocked, and at the other end, Totton went long, but it was flagged offside. Turner was offside. Hawks bringing the ball out of defence, knowing that they have got 11 minutes to save themselves in the FA Trophy. They don't want to go out of both FA competitions at the first hurdle, but might be. Reid does well in the middle. This is a good turn from Rendell to Tomasso's. They've done a bit of a dribble. Back to Magri. At times it's a little bit too easy for Totton. Magri's on a run. Through the Havant players, he's still on a run. Jewett White sticks out a boot. At least he's offered something since coming on. Through the middle to Fowl. Fowl turns, finds a yellow shirt of Jewett White. They're in the centre circle. Fowl again, he left it this time. And at the back, Hallett clears for Totton. McCarthy for Havant. Time running out for their trophy aspirations. His ball not good enough to find Roberts. Raget chests it down. Jordan Raget. Not a good ball from him. Presents it back to Havant. Barkley Agipong. Can he take advantage of that gift? Good tackle coming in from Osler, and Osler's now limping. Good clean tackle, but he's now limping as a result of it. So Jimmy Ball might have to make a change. Maloney down the right-hand side. Rendell found him. Can he find a teammate? He's got no real support near him. He's going to have to try and cross it in. Can he get past Jeb? Well, he did, but then he overran the ball. Out of play for a goal kick. Let's have a look at Osler. Is he okay? Will he need to come off? Experienced player, former Havant captain, now starring against his former team, but he does look, he's grimacing. It looks like, I don't know how much longer he'll be able to stay on for. And now we have a change for the Hawks, which is Rory Deacon to be replaced by Jaffa Mohamed Kia.
Substitution for Havant and Waterlooville. Coming off is number 20, Rory Deacon.
Deacon off, and good to see Mohamed Kia. Scores a lot of goals for the academy team. Louis, What's on your mind?
I'm not having that. The way he's just walked off the pitch there. There's a lad coming on to replace him. He's not once looked at him, not once said come on, not once gave him a handshake. Just walked off the pitch, right past him. For me, that is probably an issue with them right now. The team have to be a team if they're going to get themselves out of this, and that is a sign that something's not quite right. Be frustrated, of course you are. Going to be frustrated when you come off. Absolutely, no trouble with that. And he's actually a really good lad. But when you pick up things like that and you see it, you know something's not right, and that's got to be stamped out. Someone has to get hold of that. Wish the kid a bit of luck. He might be the one that goes onto the pitch, bit of energy, bit of quality, and go and get you an equaliser and get you out of trouble.
Yeah, well, I hadn't actually noticed if they didn't actually do the high five or the handshake or whatever. That's not very good. We've got a break in play, which I suspect might be a lengthy one because Lewis Noyce is down, the AFC Totton goalkeeper, and needing treatment from the physio team. They do have a substitutes goalkeeper, which Havant don't have, but I'm sure he'll want to carry on.
Again, just picking up on that point, Cliff, there's a marked difference between the two benches. There's a time there with a break for everyone to come over. Both teams came over, and there was so much more animation and instruction coming from the Totton bench than it was from the Havant bench. Whether they're just calm and poised and think they're going to be able to get through it, I'm not sure. Whether the instruction's nice and calm, which we all like calm instruction, but from a body language perspective, from an energy perspective, it was the Totton in front that were really, really being animated with their instructions and communication, with everybody in tune as to what's going on.
Voice of Louis Langdown. Havant and Waterlooville are 2-1 behind AFC Totton with 7 minutes left on the stopwatch of an exciting FA Trophy game that could go either way. Turner wins the ball off of Zuma. He's just not giving up down the right-hand side. Zuma, though, redoubles his efforts, gets to the ball, puts it out of play for a throw to the Hawks, to the Stags. Seeing Totton in traditional Havant colours may have confused me once or twice. Hopefully you didn't notice. For a split second only. Zuma lost the ball, but did very well to get it back. Here come the Stags down the right-hand side. Hawks cleared their lines, and then Osler pinged it into touch as he's tried to just play it back into the other half of the field. Getting closer to a Totton victory, which I'm sure will be well celebrated if it turns out to be. But all it needs is one Havant chance, and we could have a penalty shootout. We're getting to that exciting stage of a game.
Yeah, and you got to fancy them if they get an opportunity for a delivery from a set piece. You've got to fancy Havant might score a goal, and they've got to keep going. But I just want to see a bit more. What have we got left, Cliff? 5 minutes of normal time plus stoppage time, and I need more urgency. I want to see more urgency from the Yellows and from the away side. Got to, because they've got to get a goal back. Maybe throw a bit of caution to the wind. Someone grab this game where it needs to be grabbed and go for it. At the moment, Tottenham taking their time with things, nice and composed with it, and look like they may have the ability to stand up and see this game out.
Thank you, Louis. Less than 6 minutes on the clock. It's a set piece for AFC Totton over on the far side. They don't seem to be in a real rush to take this one.
You've got to love that. It's the right way to be. You've got to love that. That's brilliant. It'll wind everyone else up, and that's the right way to do. Slow it down, take your time, and until the referee tells you to hurry up, you don't.
Maloney was signed from the Dutch club Volendam in the summer. Is going to take this set piece into the area. Shot from Magri is blocked. It was a volley which was saved by Ross Warner. It all happened in the blink of an eye, but that was a perfect chance to seal this game.
He done everything right there. He kept it low, good connection, and the keeper's made a good save. But that would have been a brilliant opportunity to just put this game to bed. But Havant is still in it.
Here come AFC Totton. Benny Reed's in the penalty area on the right-hand side. Cuts it back for Rendell, whose shot is saved. Diving to his right by Ross Warner. Still with Totton on the left wing. Ragged into the area. The flick header is just wide of the target from Luke Hallett's flick header. Wow, 2 or 3 chances for Totton there in about a space of a minute to go further ahead.
Yeah, brilliant. And then Benny Reid doing ever so well. He keeps finding himself on the overlap, getting the ball, getting played in, and a good delivery. And again, what an opportunity. Rendell almost scoring from a nice ball from Reid, and that would have been it for Havant, I'm afraid. But they're still in it. We keep saying it, they're still in it.
3 chances there in the 86th minute, but still Havant only 2-1 down. This is Mohamedou Kia. First chance I've had to see him play football. Cross comes in from the right-hand side. Benny Reid's back there, heading it away. Far would have liked the ball to fall to him. Will there be another chance for Havant? Totton on the break. Kennedy out towards Benny Reid. Maloney wins the ball off of Stanley. Into the area. Will he go on his own? He does. He shoots and it's just wide. Terrific shot. Curled a bit, went wide. Rendell was at the back post. It was only a foot away from him as well. It's been pretty sensational the last few minutes from Totton.
Yeah, this is brilliant stuff from Totton. They're doing so well. They're getting shots away. Most of them are on target. Most of them are good effort. But it's coming from 2, 3, 4 good passes. This is what we should be seeing from Havant. This is the last noggins of the game. But it's Totton that are doing everything. They're on the ball. They're harassing. They're tackling. Maloney there, for argument's sake, didn't need to make that. Didn't need to put that effort in, but he did. He's won the ball and they're on the attack. There's a lot more energy and there's a lot more aggression being shown by Totton here.
Corner for AFC Totton, getting close to the end of the game. They're 2-1 up here. Can they get another one? 2 minutes to go. Totton would like another goal. Maloney's corner. Oh, Magri's header may have hit his own player, I think. Might have hit Rendell. That's twice now. Magri in the last few minutes nearly scored from a set piece against his former club. Turns out to be a goal kick to Havant, who've got 2 minutes to go.
It'll be a travesty if they don't win it from the amount of chances they've just created from open play and from that set piece. But Havant is still in it, and they do have a little bit of quality sprinkled in that side. Can't write them off. Got to keep playing well, Totton. Got to keep clearing your lines. Great ball into Turner there from the halfway line from Tommaso. Unlucky.
Keeper Warner was out and cleared the ball. Havant's survival might depend on how many minutes we've got left. Is this a substitution rather than Alfie Stanley? Striker's going to come on, number 16. He's got 11 goals this season. He's going to come on for Leon Maloney. Maloney's had a good game. Receives the applause as he comes off.
Number 16, Alfie Stanley.
Stanley caught the eye at Dorchester Town with a flurry of goals. On the field of play, probably disappointed not to have started. He started last Saturday. He's got 11 to his name. Wonder if he'll get a chance. Will Havant get one final chance? They are running out of time. I think maybe the last 10 minutes, Louis, I think it's been all Totton, and thinking it had been quite an even game. Maybe Havant are not responding like they should to have gone 2-1 down in the way they did when they went 1-0 down.
No, you're right, Cliff, 100%. The last 10 minutes you've seen a really, really potent Totton side and a good Totton side. And realistically, I would have said that they were the confident South side with the way that they've attacked and the way that they've played. However, here's that chance. A wide free kick from Jeb, and we know what quality he's got, so this is dangerous.
5 added minutes we have seen on the electronic scoreboard, and we've heard from the stadium announcer. Can Havant score in this added time? We've got about 20 seconds of the 90 left. Jeb's ball to the back post. It takes it, ricochets, a bit of a pinball there. Havant still will get a chance though to get it back into the danger area. Jewett wide out to the right hand side. Jeb floats a really nice ball, but it's gone out of play for, I think, a corner ball. Mohamedou Kia not quite tall enough to get his head on that, but it was Totton who put it out of play. 5 added minutes, corner to Havant and Waterlooville. A goal here would force extra time, would force a penalty shootout, would force a draw and a penalty shootout. Corner from Havant to the near post. Takes the deflection off of Roberts. Nice idea, but it's a goal kick. He went there to try and flick it towards goal. He's ended up putting it out of play, and he's had quite a frustrating afternoon, James Roberts.
Yeah, he's been almost non-existent, I'm afraid. You've got to say it how you see it, and that's how I see it. Really, really disappointed with Jeb's corner there. That's probably the one he's really under hit and not worked out for him. But brilliant for Totton, standing up, being counted, defending very, very well. Excellent stuff.
In added time, McCarthy up and under forward trying to find foul. Kennedy's header. Keir touches it back to Seager, who's shot. Oh, hits his own player, I think. Has it gone out for a corner or a goal kick? The ref went to give the corner. He's given the goal kick instead. I think Seager's shot hit foul. What an opportunity.
Yeah, he didn't connect, and I couldn't believe it. He's found himself with a little bit of a ricochet inside the box, maybe two or 3 feet inside on his right foot. I expected the net to bulge, I really did, but didn't connect, and it's ricocheted off and gone to safety. But that was their one chance, I think. That was their one moment. Substitute coming on here, Cliff. Turner, the man.
He's going to get a standing ovation, I think, Turner. He's going to get a round of applause as well from Louis. What a game he's had. His goal is separating the teams at the moment, and coming on, Egli Kaja for his debut for the side.
I think if it stays like this, you've got to offer him man of the match, and closely followed by probably Reed. They've been the two standouts for me, and with a bit of a better beard than me, so maybe...
Almost going through for another goal. Had to take the mic away from Louis there. Almost scoring with his first touch for the club, Kaja, but the keeper Warner was out. Havant going long. They're running out of time here to try and get an equaliser. Totton have worked hard for this win. It wasn't as easy as some people predicted. Havant have made them work, but I don't think we could argue if the whistle sounded and it was a home victory. Simply because it was maybe the last quarter of an hour they've been a lot better than the Hawks. Zuma back to his keeper Warner. Running out of time, having a Waterlooville, but then a slight clearance back to his keeper. Almost got Totton in trouble, but Noyce was there. Seager, he's had 2 chances today. He's put one away, and one just in added time. He wasn't able to find the target, the new signing for the Hawks.
And let's be honest, he got the chance because there were bodies around him. He didn't get the chance for any quality play. The ball was put forward, bodies around him. He managed to get an opportunity from a bit of a ricochet, and I think they need to do that more, Havant. I can't believe they haven't sent another body up top, and they haven't looked to go from back to front a little bit quicker. It's a proven tactic. There's nothing wrong with it. They get bodies around the ball, look for the knockdowns, and go and get those those second balls, because let's be honest, it hasn't really worked from being intricate at the moment.
I think we may be in the final minute of the game. Havant and Waterlooville have a throw, attacking down the left-hand side. They are 2-1 behind in this famous knockout competition, the FA Trophy. Stanley's throw plays it to Jeb. What can Jeb do? He plays a ball into the penalty area. One last chance maybe. Goalkeeper Lewis Noyce is out, gathers the ball, then decides he's going to have a lie down on the turf and eat up a few seconds as some of the Hawks technical team decide it's time to make their way away from their seats. Noyce's kick. It's going to go goalkeeper to goalkeeper there. Maybe a little bit of a waste. What can Warner do? I think we've got about 15 seconds to go. Up towards Fowl. Falls off of Mohamed Fowl. What can he do? He's fouled on the edge of the area by Osler.
Exactly what we're saying, Cliff. It's going to come from back to front. Warner's always going to deliver a long ball. Foul gets a first contact, and he ends up getting a foul on the edge of Tottenham's box. Why they're not doing that earlier is beyond me. But they've now got a great opportunity, and it's that man, Jeb. Fancy him again.
This would be dramatic. For the foul, Osler got a yellow card. It's the 5th, I think, this evening. It's so dark I call this afternoon this evening these days. It's Jeb to take the free kick. One last chance for Havant and Waterlooville to stay in the FA Trophy. I reckon he is going to have a pop at goal for sure. Can he keep Havant and Waterlooville in the FA Trophy? Jack Jebb puts the ball down. This is the chance to keep the Hawks in the trophy. If Lewis Noyce can keep this out, the Wall can keep it out, it goes off target. Totton are going through to the next round. Jeb to take the free kick. He's got a 4-man wall to try and get the ball away. Jeb takes the free kick, and it's about 2 feet over the top to the relief of the AFC Totton supporters, and that, I suspect, is going to be that. Louis, you thought the keeper had got his positioning wrong. It wasn't on target in the end.
Yeah, it's the same in the first half. I just think Noyce's over covering a little bit to the side that's not with the wall and expecting the wall to do its job. If he gets it over the wall, he's got a hell of a lot of ground to cover up. But, you know, who am I? I'm not a goalkeeping coach. I'll have Robbie Yates on the phone to me later on telling me off, I expect. But he was definitely a little bit too far over, but didn't need to. Game over.
The final whistle sounds at the Snow Stadium. Totton players punch the air. They have a deserved and you could say famous victory over Havant and Waterlooville. They came into this game, despite being in a lower division, as the strong favourites. However, Havant and Waterlooville made them work hard. It was only a game fairly late in the second half from Joe Turner, who scored. So Totton taking an early lead through Chiadozi, Hawks equalising. It's first for the club for Seeger, but the late winner from Turner, who's arguably the man of the match. We are now going to cross to Eastleigh, where they're still playing in the National League. It's here, finished. AFC Totton 2, Havant and Waterlooville 1. Now over to Luke DeCosta at the Silver Lake Stadium.